Chelsea fans, two things when you start watching this video I just want to make clear. The first one, I've not watched any other Chelsea YouTube content whatsoever. I've not read articles. I've left it after watching the game yesterday to calm myself down, to take in this moment, to then do the video now. And I just want to make that clear. I've not watched any other person's content. So if someone goes in the chat or in the comments on this video and puts, are you taking after somebody else? No, I haven't. I don't give a toss about anybody else's channel. I don't watch the other Chelsea YouTube channels. I stick to my own. Anyway, the second point that I want to make here is I'm not normally negative on my channel. My channel is very, very positive. I try to be positive. I back everybody. Ever wears a blue shirt, and that's the majority of the content on my channel. But what's happened this season with 3 different managers is an absolute joke, and I have to do the video now. I have to be honest with you and just get it off my chest, because if I don't get it off my chest, I'm going to be balmy. I'm going to go mad. I sent this tweet out on social media after the game yesterday, which gives you a fair indication that I wasn't exactly happy. And for those of you that are struggling to read it, it basically says 3 different managers now don't play a striker up front, a recognised striker. Thomas Tuchel, Graham Potter, and now Frank Lampard. Now, Thomas Tuchel did sign Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and he did play him in the Champions League. The one and only time that he featured for Thomas Tuchel for a period of time before Tuchel was then sacked a couple of days later. Graham Potter has tried a couple of times and just gave up. And Frank Lampard had brought him on as a sub against Liverpool. And of course, he can't play in the Champions League, so he didn't register him in the Champions League. So, Frank Lampard said after the game, it's all about footballing basics. After the defeat to Brighton, who dominated Chelsea at Stamford Bridge and had over 20 shots on goal, which is the highest in God knows how many years, but dominating Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. We've actually gone from a Graham Potter team playing well and sort of dominating possession for periods of time in the game to what we saw yesterday. But the point I want to make here is that Frank Lampard said that it's all about getting back to basics and doing the basics well, and then believing in what we're doing, and then the wins will come. Now, Frank Lampard can harp on as much as he wants about the basics. And it's the same with Graham Potter, and it's the same with Thomas Tuchel. Until you play basic football, where you have a recognised person in their natural footballing position, you're not going to do anything. We're not going to win games. We're not going to go up that table. We're going to finish in the bottom half of the Premier League this season if we carry on the way we are. Now, people are going to moan at me and say, well, Pierre Aubameyang's been crap for us. Well, I get that. I understand it. But how do you change that? The only way you get to change being crap or playing crap in the past is by playing games and having a chance to play better. Now, Aubameyang, when he made his little cameo against Liverpool, was linking up play, was running in behind, was trying to be the striker that we're lacking. Kai Havertz can't play there. Kai Havertz hasn't got natural striker's instinct to make strikers' movements, to get in good positions, to have the awareness of being pushed up against their defensive line and not always running outside to the channels. Just play the width of the penalty area, no wider than that, and let other people do that. Let the people supporting him from number 10 positions or the people playing wide in a 4-3-3 do that, and you just stick to the width of the penalty box. We don't want to see you keep dropping off and dropping in. Now, I don't know if it's just me or, I'm watching this and thinking, play a striker. Play a natural striker. But people don't see it. Frank doesn't see it. Potter doesn't see it. Tuchel never saw it. I just sit there and think, what the fuck? What's the point of me going on about it? It's just ridiculous. If I can see it, I'm sure there's others Chelsea fans can see it. And one more point I want to make about Aubameyang. We've all witnessed, or a few of us have watched the Arsenal All or Nothing nonsense on Amazon, and you saw the way that Aubameyang was portrayed on that, being a troublemaker, not bothering with training, just being a bit of someone that obviously didn't want to be there, and eventually got his move to Barcelona. Now, not once in the carnage of this season under Bowley and everybody else, and Tuchel and Potter and everything else, not once have you ever heard Aubameyang stepping out of line. Not once have you ever heard about him being late for training, not being bothered. Graham Potter said that he's training as good as everybody else. Frank Lampard has said it's clean slate and he's training hard and everybody needs to train and work hard. So you can't turn around and say to me, oh, he's a bit of a pain in the arse. He's not training well. He don't deserve to be in the team. We've been banging on all year, all season, that even last year, we need goals at Chelsea Football Club. We need goals. So you sign a striker who's recognised globally for the fact that he stuck the ball in the net on a regular basis for numerous clubs. Now, yes, you got the number 9 curse at Chelsea, which one day's just got to go. Someone's got to just break that trend. And Aubameyang's got 8 games to go, 6 or whatever games it is to go now in the Premier League between now and the end of the season. What is the point of turning up week in, week out and looking at a Chelsea team being picked and you don't pick a striker? What's the fucking point? There's no point. It's bullshit is what it is. Felix come on yesterday, played up there by himself and could do nothing. He needs to play off of someone and drop deeper and then link up with that man in front of him as the striker. Look at Raheem Sterling, useless by himself through the middle. He can't play that way, so why on earth do we want to do it? There's a thought process that we play long balls over Brighton. Did we see it yesterday? Did we bollocks see it yesterday? It was pony. Absolute crap is what it was. So, don't play players in their unnatural positions. Potter's done it. Tuchel's done it. Frank Lampard's doing it. And what really disappoints me about Frank, don't get me wrong, I was pissed at Tuchel. I'm pissed at Potter because they made a right mess of this season. But Frank said before he took the job, in his press conference, I've been watching from afar. I've got my own ideas to freshen things up. You know, I want to come in. I've got my way, my thought on how I want to play. And it's the same as everybody else. It's no different. It is no different. So, someone, somewhere, please, can you get the message across to someone at Chelsea to say, Cooey, that bloke there, and that other bloke there, that one's there called Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. The bloke next to him is called Datro Fofana. I think you'll find they're recognised strikers. And I think you'll find we bought them because they are strikers. One of them is world class, was maybe not as good these days, but still up there. The other one, up and coming. So can you just make sure when you're picking your team, you don't forget about them? Because if we continue this season with this bullshit like thinking that we've had for probably, 2 decades, we want to be Barcelona from the Guardiola days, we play a false 9, tick-a-tack of football. It doesn't work in the Premier League. Now, the biggest issue, not the biggest, but another issue that I had yesterday is you look at that game yesterday as a neutral, as a Chelsea fan, as a Brighton fan, as whatever you want to be. If you watch that game yesterday, you see complete different chalk and cheese scenarios. You've got a football club and a football team that's got an identity, that knows exactly what they're doing. Every single player works hard for each other. Every single player knows their role. And they all come together as a collective, the management team, the players, everybody at that football club. And fair play to Brighton. I think they're the model. They're an outstanding football club, a well-run football club. And the manager has come in and done great. But that football team play as a proper team. And the thing is, you know that if Brighton get beat, it's not because they've given for the lack of trying. They haven't just down tools. They keep going to try and play their own way. Now, they had clear identity, working hard for each other, and was just the epitome of what a football team should be. Then you look on the other side of the pitch. Absolute shambles. No one knows their roles properly. There's no identity for our football team. We haven't got a specific style of playing. It's been that way under Potter. It's the way under Lampard now in the 3 games he's played. It's the way under Thomas Tuchel when it all come down, crashing down. And all these people moaning about Thomas Tuchel being sacked, blah, blah, blah. It was dire under Tuchel coming towards the end of it. And you know it was. So shut up. I am fuming with this situation. I'm just enraged with what's happening to our season. Todd Bowley, I've said it before, you're responsible, and I'm glad there's a photograph of a Chelsea fan leaning over the side of the hoarding, down at the box yesterday, getting his attention, Bowley looking up, and the fan was going to him, can you not hear what everyone's saying here? What you've done to this football club? You've come in with your own way of thinking. You got rid of people that are invested in our football club, that know the way it works in the Premier League. You got rid of them and come in with your own ideas, and you haven't got a fucking clue. Because all you've done is create this everything going for the future. The problem that Chelsea have got now, and the problem that Todd Bowley will have, you can throw all the money in the world you want to players, but we're not going to have European football this next season. And some of the stars, football players might say, okay, we'll give it a year, see what happens. If Chelsea don't do something in the summer to get rid of the crap that's in the dross that's in our squad and get the right players in a squad of 25 or 23, whatever you need to do, and get them playing as a collective unit with an identity, with knowing exactly what they're going to do, we're going to have a repeat process next season. We won't qualify for Europe. And if you've got a group of players, stars, that want to play Champions League, we're going to have to sell them. So it's all well and good signing these players on 7, 6, 7, 8 year contracts. If you've not got Europe for 2, 3 seasons, they're going to be off. And where's that going to leave you, Bowley? With a number of players you're going to try and get rid of, and you can't. It's just stupid. You're going to lose so much money. I just cannot understand for the life of me, for so long now, where you sit here as a Chelsea fan and you watch it, and most of us have got a clear identity about football. Most of us have played to a decent standard. Most of us maybe just play Sunday, whatever, but at least you understand the game of football. And you know the basics of football. The basics is have a clear, recognised structure, whether it's 4-4-2, 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, 3-5-2, 3-4-3, whatever, but you play with a recognised striker. Until Chelsea play Aubameyang or Fofana up front, and they continue with Sterling, Felix, Havertz or whoever, it's a nightmare. It's not going to get any better, and just get used to it. As I said, I don't like being negative on my channel at all. I don't like inciting nonsense in the comments. So don't go mad in the comments and start going all this slagging people off and all this nonsense. All I'm trying to say here is it's taken 3 different managers this season to do the same thing. Until you play a striker, we're going to do fuck all. It's as simple as that. Now, I've said it again. I don't watch other Chelsea channels on YouTube because I want my own clear identity. I don't want to be influenced by what they're saying or the ideas they've got. I'm just going to do my own. So this is why Chelsea have failed this season. And I sincerely hope, or hoped, when Frank came in, that when he came in, he played Abraham up front. He played Tammy up there. He knew he had Tammy there. And he played a striker. And I was hoping he's going to walk in the door and go, what's been going on? Let's stick a striker up front. Let's play a proper formation. And let's get back to where we need to be. But it didn't happen. 3 different fucking managers this season have done it now. And I don't understand why. And again, no one's heard a dicky bird about Aubameyang being out of order, being late for training, not a good attitude. Everyone said he's been good. So someone please tell me why managers keep persisting with playing a formation without a striker in it and asking other people to do the job. It's an absolute joke. So this is why Chelsea are failing this season. It's playing a striker. It might not solve all of our problems, but it'll help when it comes to goals. That's my opinion. I've been waffling on too long now. Hopefully you guys will relate to the video. I'm not going to edit any of it. I'm going to put it up exactly as it is. And hopefully you guys feel the same way, or something that I say clicks with you and you feel like you want to have a comment. Smash the like button for me, which is most important. Subscribe to the channel. And if you want to join live match commentaries, the next time I'm going to do one, which will be Premier League, it's not going to be Tuesday. I mean, I'm in Spain, believe it or not, on Tuesday. We're watching the Chelsea game in a bar, hoping to God we don't get smashed, and hoping to God we play a striker. Honestly, I'm sitting here thinking, what the fuck is going on? Why can't you pick a striker? Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Check the other videos on the channel to get a feel for what I do. Thanks for watching. God help us. See you next time.